It's not just the coronavirus that has stemmed from China. A Pentagon report now claims that within the next 10 years, within the next decade, the Dragon wants to double its nuclear arsenal. China is also set to complete a nuclear triad, which is the ability to deploy nuclear weapons on land, air and the sea. All this while the world is dealing with a deadly pandemic which first emerged from China. Pentagon report claims that China is attempting to double the number of nuclear warheads in its arsenal within the next 10 years. Chinese nuclear warheads capacity is currently estimated to be slightly more than 200 or between 200 and 300. This number includes those that can be fitted to ballistic missiles, even capable of reaching the United States of America. US intel report reveals that by the next decade, China may be ready to pursue a nuclear triad to conduct nuclear strikes by land, sea and air. In contrast, India's nuclear stockpile currently is close to about 150 nuclear weapons. Earlier this year, China's Communist Party-backed newspaper Global Times said that Beijing needs to expand the number of its nuclear warheads to 1,000 in a short span of time. Currently, China has only 2 of the 3 legs of the triad operational, but it is developing a nuclear-capable air-launched ballistic missile as well. In fact, the Trump administration has long sought to include China in its nuclear arms control talks with Russia, something Beijing has resisted. On the contrary, the United States nuclear arsenal has an estimated 3,800 warheads in active status. Russia has even more. US has submarines and aircrafts that are capable of delivering a nuclear strike along with intercontinental ballistic missiles on land. However, the Chinese Foreign Ministry has rejected the Pentagon report, saying that the US report was filled with bias. The US report expresses concern that China may have already achieved parity or even exceeded the United States in several military modernization areas. 3 specific areas they have mentioned, including shipbuilding, land-based ballistic and cruise missiles, and integrated air defense systems. Meanwhile, even as the world grapples with the coronavirus pandemic that emerged from China, Beijing has stepped up aggression against most of its neighbors, including India, Taiwan, Japan, and countries in the South China Sea region. Earlier, we spoke to our reporter Patrick Falk, who had joined us from Beijing on this big development.
Well, yeah, there has been a response from the Foreign Ministry just a short while ago, in fact, to say, well, this is China's right to defend its territory. But I think the key takeaway, really, as you say, is that China has achieved parity or exceeded the US's military capabilities in some areas. The thing that was perhaps the biggest eye-opener, we talk about the nuclear warheads, but the biggest eye-opener and perhaps shows that there is some sort of strategy in the way that China is going about this, no doubt, in fact, is the development of its ballistic missiles. We are told that China has now got ground-launched cruise missiles with a range of 5,500 kilometers compared to the conventional ground-launched ballistic missiles that the US holds with a range of just 300 kilometers. That's a big difference, as you can imagine. And these nuclear warheads that China has are designed to sit atop those missiles. So that's an area that it appears to have really closed the gap with the US. And of course, it's something that Washington's going to be keeping a very close eye on. But we have to put that in perspective as well. Even if China does double the size of its nuclear warhead arsenal from the low 200s, it's estimated at the moment, it's still going to be way short of that figure that the US holds right now, as you say, 3,800 nuclear warheads. So it is still quite a long way to go, but as I say, it's no doubt something that Washington's going to be keeping a very close eye on.